Hello, friends. This is Grunhaar, and welcome to episode 6 of minicast. As I promised in the previous episode, the topic I'm going to talk about is lighter and less serious this time. So, let's talk about creating music. I've always dreamt of making my own style of music, just for fun, And even though I still couldn't read musical notes, I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to see how far I can go in this area. I didn't want to deny myself that I can't do music at all, so I decided to start exploring. It is a part of self-journey. In my teenage years, I like to listen to rock music, so I tried electric guitar, but my hands were small, my fingers were not long enough to hold the strings, so I gave up. After a year or so, I also tried learning how to play the drums. I practiced in my room with only 2 drumsticks, but my family was not happy about it because it was noisy for them, so I quit. After these failures, I totally gave up with playing music or creating beats. I was on the consumer side, and I thought I will never have a chance to be on the creative side again. However, after graduating college and start earning money from jobs, I started to feel trying it out once more since I am an independent person. At that time, I didn't have any idea how to achieve that. Maybe buy an instrument, but that will be expensive and maybe take up some space in my apartment, or maybe my neighbors won't like it. What about joining a community? I wasn't that social at all, so that option was not for me. There were several possible options, and I couldn't find a best fit way for me to create music. I didn't know there were Ableton or FL Studio or other DAWs. So DAW, spelled DAW, is abbreviation for Digital Audio Workstation. To put it in another way, it is a software to make music. One day, I think it was back in 2017, I saw an ad on my Facebook feed. It was about Ableton's 30% off sale. Even today, I still think that was a kind of a destiny for me to happen. They rarely do 30% off sale these days. At their best, I think it's 20%. Anyways, it was a destined chance for me to take a step forward in making music. I didn't know what Ableton can do, so I jumped right into their official website and learned that it can do so many things. I was deeply moved, I was totally mesmerized, and I immediately thought this is a solution. This is the right tool. This is the magical sword to have in my creative journey. I felt like a main character in a fantasy game. Of course, I wanted to buy it. I wanted to buy the software right away, but it is not cheap. It depends on which edition you want to buy, but I wanted to have the best experience possible, so I considered buying Ableton Live Suite. I remember that I called it an investment to myself. Good memories. After a long consideration, I finally purchased Ableton Live Suite and Ableton Push. My birthday was getting close, so I told myself this whole package is the greatest gift of my whole life so far. It was a big expense. It was nearly equal to few months of my apartment rent. In order to keep my financial balance healthy, I cut down on my groceries for the next several months. If you live in Japan, go to the nearest supermarket around you. Then you'll find this 3 packs of small tofu for about 100 yen. If you guessed it right, I only had this small tofu for dinner, just a single cube of tofu and a little bit of soy sauce. Sometimes I got really hungry and felt kind of poor, but I was happy because I got what I desired. So, looking back, I think I made an interesting decision. This will forever be my funny episode in my life. So, yeah, that happened, and ever since then, I make weird music. The songs I make, they all sound strange. I don't know how to call it, but the closest I can refer to is experimental. I don't even know if my music is good or bad. I just do it for self-satisfaction, so I never release them to the public. For now, I have nearly 40 Ableton project files sleeping inside my Dropbox account, and I never finished them. The reasons why I didn't finish them were, number 1, I'm not confident in my work, and number 2, every time I work on my projects, new ideas sprout out like hydra's heads, and I don't know how to control my creative urge. Sometimes it is too powerful and I can't handle it very well yet. It is like taming a beast inside you. So, as you can see, I am right here between places and I can't move forward. I want to make progress, but I can't finish a single song. I needed to do something. I think this makes a good goal for this year. Finish some songs and release them to the public, even if I'm not pretty confident. This can be a breakthrough to become a new me. Luckily, I have good friends who support me creating music, like decent music. They provide me good feedbacks and sometimes they share me some good tips and tricks to make cool sounds. And I am very, very thankful for that. So for now, I try to focus on learning the basics, like keep 80% of my attention or energy to it, to get enough skills and knowledge to finish songs, then use the rest of 20% to jot down my crazy ideas so I won't forget them and work on them later. Who knows? Maybe one day, if you find me on Bandcamp or YouTube or SoundCloud, you can find my music there. There's plenty of stuff I want to try out, so stay tuned. Alright, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day and see you next time.